Imagine being lured into a pricey subscription you never asked for, only to discover that escaping it feels like navigating a labyrinth designed to trap you. That's the frustrating ordeal millions of Amazon Prime members have reportedly endured. And now the company is facing a massive reckoning. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this just a case of clever marketing gone too far, or a deliberate scheme to exploit consumers? Let's dive into the details of this groundbreaking settlement and unpack what it means for everyday shoppers like you and me. In a landmark agreement, Amazon has agreed to fork over a staggering $2.5 billion to resolve charges brought by the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, the U.S. government agency tasked with protecting consumers from unfair business practices. The allegations: the e-commerce giant allegedly signed up millions of people for Prime memberships without their explicit permission and intentionally complicated the cancellation process to keep them hooked. To put it simply, if you've ever clicked yes to something on Amazon's site thinking it was just a one-time perk, like free shipping on a purchase, you might have unknowingly enrolled in a recurring subscription. And good luck trying to opt out later. Breaking down the settlement, Amazon will shell out a $1 billion civil penalty as a direct consequence of these practices. On top of that, they'll provide $1.5 billion in refunds to those impacted by their misleading tactics. This restitution figure is a record breaker, marking the second largest ever secured through FTC action, and it's aimed at reimbursing consumers who were unfairly burdened. The FTC estimates that around 35 million people have been caught in this web of unwanted enrollments or delayed cancellations, highlighting just how widespread the issue has become. For those eligible, the good news is that refunds could be coming your way automatically. If you were affected and used fewer than 3 Prime benefits, think streaming a show on Prime Video, tuning into Amazon Music, or perhaps enjoying expedited shipping. Within any 12-month period, you might receive up to $51 back within 90 days, no action required on your part. For others, Amazon will send out notices, giving you 6 months to file a claim. They'll make sure links and alerts pop up on their website and app to guide you through the process, making it easier to get what's owed. Amazon representatives haven't commented yet on this development, leaving us to speculate on their side of the story. Interestingly, the company doesn't publicly share exact Prime membership numbers. But as of the first quarter of 2025, research from Consumer Intelligence Research Partners puts the U.S. figure at 197 million. A massive user base that underscores the potential scale of this controversy. The FTC's lawsuit, kicked off in 2023, accuses Amazon and some of its executives of violating key laws like the FTC Act and the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act, ROSCA, which aims to build trust in online shopping by cracking down on deceptive practices. The core claims revolve around Amazon's user interfaces being deliberately confusing to trick people into Prime signups and then erecting barriers to cancellation. Imagine a website where the decline option is buried or misleading. That's what the FTC is describing. And this is the part most people miss. Internal Amazon documents revealed during the case showed executives openly discussing these tactics, with phrases like calling subscription tactics a bit of a shady world and unwanted enrollments an unspoken cancer. It's like peeking behind the curtain at a company that knew it was playing fast and loose with consumer consent. FTC Chairman Andrew Ferguson hailed the settlement as a historic victory for frustrated Americans, stating, "The evidence showed that Amazon used sophisticated subscription traps designed to manipulate consumers into enrolling in Prime, and then made it exceedingly hard for consumers to end their subscription. This paints a picture of a system engineered for retention at all costs, raising questions about where the line between smart marketing and outright deception lies. Under the terms of the deal, Amazon must overhaul its Prime processes to make them more transparent and user-friendly. They'll need to add a prominent button for declining Prime offers, and they can't use sneaky wording like, 'No, I don't want free shipping,' that might confuse people into opting in. Plus, they'll have to clearly disclose all the key details up front during enrollment. Things like the subscription cost, billing frequency, auto-renewal policies, and how to cancel easily. To top it off, cancellations must be as straightforward as sign-ups, and Amazon will hire an independent third-party monitor to ensure they're following through on refunds and compliance. The FTC has submitted this proposed order to the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington, setting the stage for what could be a pivotal moment in consumer rights. But here's the controversial twist. While some see this as Amazon finally being held accountable, others might argue that a $2.5 billion payout is a drop in the bucket for a company of Amazon's size, potentially allowing them to continue innovating in ways that skirt the edges of ethics. Is this settlement a fair win for consumers, or does it let a tech giant off with a slap on the wrist? And what about the broader implications? Should subscription services everywhere be forced to simplify their opt-out processes? What do you think? Do you agree that Amazon's practices cross the line into deception? Or is this just the cost of doing business in the digital age? Have you ever struggled to cancel a subscription? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this.